Good morning, and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Morning San Francisco. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Tuesday, April 28th. You'll be interested to know. 25 years ago, today, in 2001, a private citizen named Denis Tito rode a Russian spacecraft to the space station as the first paying space tourist, fulfilling a long-held dream of civilian access to orbit. His voyage marked a milestone in human spaceflight by opening the door to commercial participation, shifting perceptions of who could travel beyond Earth, and spurring interest in private space endeavors. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Tuesday at Ocean Beach. This morning it's looking fair with waves around 2 to 3 feet. Conditions are clean until noon, then shifting to fair as winds pick up slightly. By the afternoon, expect choppy conditions as the wind increases to 10 miles per hour. Overall, it's a consistent day with manageable surf and onshore winds throughout. Best time to ride is at 7 a.m. with the 3-foot incoming mid-tide, when the west-northwest swell is 2 feet at 12 seconds, and the onshore wind is 4 miles per hour. The first high tide on Tuesday will be 4.5 feet at 10:30 a.m., followed by a 1-foot low tide at 4. The nearshore buoy in San Francisco Bar reads 59 degrees for the water temperature. Conditions start fair with waves around 2 to 3 feet early on Wednesday, shifting to 3+ feet by mid-morning. Thursday sees consistent 3 to 5 foot surf, but choppy conditions develop later in the day. Friday builds to 4 to 7 feet, but remains choppy throughout, so plan accordingly for the best windows. This morning, it's partly sunny, and it feels like 55 degrees, with 5 mile per hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:57, and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:16. It looks like we're in for some mostly cloudy skies today, with a high around 60 and a mild breeze. Tonight, expect continued mostly cloudy conditions, with a low of 56 and light winds picking up a bit. Looking ahead in the weather. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 62 and a west wind 5 to 13 miles per hour, with gusts up to 18. Thursday and Friday stay mild with highs around 63 and partly to mostly cloudy nights near 53. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, VTA is promoting a spending plan for a potential Bay Area sales tax increase. Transportation leaders in the South Bay are proactively drafting a wish list of projects to enhance carless commuting. This initiative hinges on voters approving a regional sales tax increase to prevent transit station closures in the Bay Area. The proposed measure suggests a 0.5% increase in Santa Clara County, which could generate $1 billion annually for public transit across 5 counties, with an estimated $264 million for VTA. To bring this measure to voters in November, proponents must gather 186,000 signatures by June 6. Now on to sports. Cooper Flagg has edged Con Newble in a close NBA Rookie of the Year race. On April 27th, 2026, the Dallas Mavericks celebrated their 3rd Rookie of the Year award. Flagg, the number 1 pick in last year's draft, joins Jason Kidd and Luka Doncic as the only Mavericks to earn this honor. He averaged 21 points, 6.7 rebounds, 4.5 assists, 1.2 steals, and 0.9 blocks this season. Flagg's historic performance included a record 51 points in a game against the Orlando Magic. "This is a truly great honor," Flagg stated, expressing gratitude to the Mavericks organization for their support. In local sports, the Giants beat Miami 6-3 Sunday behind Landon Roop's sharp pitching and Casey Schnitt's 3 RBIs, extending their winning streak to 2. San Francisco heads to Philadelphia this afternoon to face the Phillies at 3:40, with Tyler Mahle on the mound against Jesus Luzardo in the first game of a 3-game series. The Giants are riding momentum lately, winning 7 of their last 10 after taking 2 of 3 from the Marlins over the weekend. Jung-Hoo Lee is heating up at exactly the right time. He went 4 for 5 Sunday and is slashing over 400 in his last 15 games, with 8 extra base hits. Over at Golden State, Steve Kerr opened up about his future with the Warriors in a New Yorker interview released yesterday. The 4-time championship coach hasn't made a final decision, but emphasized he doesn't want to abandon Steph Curry and Draymond Green. ESPN reports he could announce his decision as soon as this week. The Warriors aren't moving on from Kerr. They're waiting to see if he's moving on from them. Meanwhile, the 49ers have been active in free agency. San Francisco acquired defensive lineman Osa Odigizua from Dallas for a 3rd-round pick and signed veteran receiver Mike Evans to a 3-year deal. The Niners also brought back linebacker Dura Greenlaw on a 1-year contract. In top news, MicroStrategy could surpass BlackRock's Bitcoin holdings within a week. A Bitcoin central bank could rival BlackRock in Bitcoin holdings. Founded in 1988, BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager with more than $14 trillion in assets under management as of 2025. It was among the first Wall Street giants to launch a spot exchange-traded fund linked to Bitcoin in January 2024 after the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission greenlit it. A spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund allows both institutional and retail investors to gain indirect Bitcoin exposure through a traditional avenue. In business news, when Brian Niccol took the helm as Starbucks chief executive officer in 2024, he promised that the floundering company would be going back to Starbucks. In a world defined by automation, he wanted to return the coffee giant to its cafe culture roots, but he urged patience. Last quarter, Starbucks' same-store sales were up 4% in North America, with overall transactions growing 3%. The company reported that members of its loyalty program were buying more, and casual customers were also returning. Niccol is refreshing more than 1,000 stores, adding more than 100,000 seats back to cafes by the end of 2026. Starbucks is improving customer service by rebuilding its digital app and training baristas to bring the human touch back to their work. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 3% to about $77,000. Ethereum is down 4.5% to about $2,000. And XRP is down 3% to $1.39. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Apple Wallet's new digital ID feature has just added more ways to use it. Last fall, Apple launched a new digital ID feature in the Wallet application. Now the feature can officially be used as an age verification method in several cases on iPhone. Digital ID was accepted at Transportation Security Administration security checkpoints in over 250 United States airports for domestic travel. Apple promised more uses in the future. Users will be able to present their digital ID at select businesses for identity and age verification in person, in applications and online. And in entertainment news, the $50 movie ticket has arrived. Theaters are raising prices for avid moviegoers despite complaints from Hollywood studios. One of the best selling points of a night out at the movies has long been how inexpensive it was for 2 hours of entertainment. That is not the case when it costs $50 a ticket. Regal Cinemas recently charged that amount for opening night seats to see December's Dune, Part 3. Eye-popping prices for in-demand movies on premium screens are becoming common. 17% of film tickets sold last year were for premium format theaters, compared to 13% in 2021. Welcome to the new box office reality. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American astronaut and physicist, Sally Ride. And she said, "The stars don't look bigger, but they do look brighter." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Morning San Francisco.